We're going to solve systems of equations. A system is where you have more than one line. And in Algebra 1, we're basically going to be dealing with just 2 lines. When you get into Algebra 2, you'll see that we'll have 3 lines. But the first method is going to be by graphing. There are 3 different types of methods that we're going to teach you this year: graphing, substitution, and elimination. So on the graphing part, there's 3 options for solution. One is where they cross at an intersection, so that'll be an order pair. One is where the lines are the same. So when you have the one line on top of another line, there's going to be infinitely many solutions. And then over here, the third way, there's going to be no solution of intersecting because they have the same slope, so the lines are going to be parallel. So on this first one, the most common type is when the lines cross at one point. So when the lines are each graphed individually, they cross in an order pair 4, -1. So you see this over here on the graph. Now, if you were to look at those from a table of values, whatever ordered pair is the same, so 4, -1, 4, -1, that's the point of intersection. So we show it to you graphically, and we show it to you in the table. So on number 1 here, we're going to graph and state the solution to the system. We're going to solve for y first. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this 2x and move it over. So we're going to have 4y equals, the inverse of a positive 2x would be a -2x plus 8. And then we're going to go through and divide everything by 4. So we're going to have y equals -1/2 x plus 2. And then we're going to graph this. So we begin at 2, and then the slope is down 1, right 2. Down 1, right 2. So we're going to draw that line there. Kind of a crooked line. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to solve for y here. So we're going to take that -2x and move it over. Make sure you bring down the negative with a 4y. And that -2x becomes a positive 2x plus 4. Then we're going to go through and divide everything by a -4. So y equals -1/2 x minus 1. So we're going to start at -1, and we're going to go down 1, right 2. Well, that was the same slope from the other equation. So when they have the same slope, the lines are going to be parallel, which means there will be no solution. So there's going to be no solution on this one. And just an abbreviation, you could say it's NS. All right, let's look at the back page. So we're going to do the same thing here on number 2. We're going to solve for y. So you're going to move that over. So you have 2y equals the positive 3x becomes -3x plus 6. And then we're going to go through and divide everything by 2. So we have y equals -3/2x plus 3. So when we graph this, we're going to start at 3. And then we're going to go down 3, right 2, and go down 3, right 2 again. And I'll draw this line. I'll use the red one. We're going to do the same thing here. Move that over. Make sure you bring down the negative with the 4y. And the -6x moved across the equal sign becomes a positive 6x minus 12. And then we're going to go through and divide everything by -4. So we have y equals 6 divided by -4. That's -3/2x. And -12 divided by -4 is a positive 3. So we're going to start at 3 and go down 3, right 2. Down 3, right 2. Well, if you notice, that would give us the same line. So if it's going to be the same line, and you can see by both of these equations right here, they are the same. They have the same slope, the same y-intercept. So this is going to be infinitely many solutions. That means every point on the line would be a solution. So this is what we call IMS, infinitely many solutions. All right, let's take a look at number 3. X equals 2. So that's going to go through the x-axis at 2. So that's x equals 2. And then we are going to solve for y here. So move that over. So this will be 2y equals, the negative x becomes positive x minus 4. And then we're going to go through and divide everything by 2. So y equals, and this coefficient in front of x is understood to be a 1. So the slope would actually be 1/2 x minus 2. So we're going to start at negative 2 and then go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. And you can already see where it's going to cross the line of x equals 2. So to write the ordered pair, you start at 0. We're going to go right 2, down 2. Whoops, down 1, sorry. Again, we're going to go right 2, down 1. So the ordered pair would be 2, negative 1. And you could check it algebraically. You could put a 2 in place of x here. So right here, if you substitute the 2, so that would actually be a negative 2 plus 2 times your y. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Does that give you a negative 4? Yeah, negative 2 plus negative 2 is negative 4 equals negative 4. So that tells you that the ordered pair is correct. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at problem 4. What is the solution to the system based on the table? So use the tables to the right. Decide what the solution is to the system. All right, so we're going to look. Let's see, we got a negative 2 here and a negative 2, negative 3. So it's not that one. We've got 0, 2 here. We've got 0, negative 2 there. So it's not that one. We've got a 2, negative 1 here and a 2, negative 1 there. Since they are the same, that tells you that if we were to plot these points from each table and draw a line, that the lines would cross at the ordered pair to negative 1. All right, let's take a look at number 5. Which graph best represents a system of equations that has no solution? That means they're going to be parallel. Well, that would be answer choice D. And then this is just a review. Number 6, solve for y. Well, we've been doing that quite a bit. And take that negative 3x, move it over, bring down the negative 2y is less than that negative 3x becomes positive 3x minus 6. Now then, one reason why I wanted this to be a review is when you divide or multiply by a negative and you're dealing with inequalities, you must flip the inequality symbol. So this will be negative 3 over 2x, and negative 6 divided by negative 2 is a positive 2. So now we're going to graph this. So we start at positive 2, and then we're going to go down 3, right 2, and go down 3, 1, 2, 3, right 2. And since this doesn't have a line underneath it, this is going to be dashed. All right, and it is greater. So we're going to ask ourselves, where are y values greater than the y-intercept of 2? So here's your y-intercept of 2. So greater than would be up in here. So we would shade everything above this line. And then number 8 says, circle all the points that are a solution to the inequality. So when we look at the point 3, 0, we go to the right 3 and it's right there. So this would be a solution. 0, 3 would be right up here, so that would be a solution. 0, negative 3 is down there, so that one's not. Negative 3, 0 is right here, so that one is not. 4, 2, that's right 4 up 2, so that one is. And 2, negative 4, right 2 down 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's not. So those 3 would be solutions.